Hi, my name is Danny and welcome to Pagan Perspective Thursday Subs Week. This week the question is about deity, and it asks whether we see the gods as being unique with their own will and personality, or if they are manifestations of one god/goddess. So I'm going to answer this question somewhat indirectly, and that is by just talking about how I view deity in general. I would also like to note that deity is a concept and structure that is not similar amongst all druids, so please don't take this as like the druidic response to this question, but more my own personal opinion. I'm going to talk about deity in two ways, and to some they might seem mutually exclusive, but we'll get to how they kind of work in my philosophical view. So I see deity as an animist and as a panentheist. So let's start with animist, because I think that's a little bit more common of a term used. For me, I see an innate and unique spirit in everything around me, from the trees outside and the plants and animals I interact with, to even some man-made things and objects in my day-to-day life. One is not better than the other, but I would say that sometimes strength or maybe volume, like some spirits are a little bit louder. For instance, when you're out in the forest, the spirits of individual trees and its group and community, the forest, is much more loud and vocal in energy and presence than, say, the dining room table. Now, as a panentheist, I see the universe as having one kind of endless and penetrating everything force that is deity, divine. Now, a pantheist sees this energy and spirit as being divine, and the universe and this energy as being one and the same. Most pantheists, and in a very short definition of pantheism. A panentheist sees that the universe is unique and slightly separate than the spirit and force that is a part of the universe. So each object or tree, for example, would have that individual spirit and spark of energy that makes it what it is, while also being encompassed and a part of the divine spirit and part of the universe that is deity. So kind of two separate things that combine and flow together to create tree and that energy. When I use specific gods or goddesses from myth or folklore, I use them more as a symbol and archetype that I can connect to the grand universal spirit that is deity. I see it as an example of part of that universal spirit and deity, while still having unique messages for us. Caradwyn is a goddess that is used in Druidry quite frequently. Her myth with Taliesin is used as an example in the Obod Bardic course as kind of initiation and how one becomes a druid. Through the transformations that Taliesin goes through and his interactions with Caradwyn, you see how divinity and druids and divine force and life really interact together. Caradwyn has her own message and story to say, while still being a symbol and a part of the grander energy that creates deity and the universe. So I hope this kind of answers the question and gives you a little bit more perspective on how I see deity. In the comments below, I would love to know if you have any other questions or thoughts on the difference between pantheism and panentheism. Thanks for watching, and may you find peace in the sacred grove.